Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing well this evening. I wanted to jump on here tonight and show you guys how to make some fun different wall decor with some puff balls. So this is a fun project. You can do, dress it up and do it as more of an adult decor, or you can put it in the kids' room and have the kids help with this. There's lots of different ways that the kids could make this too. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with these. These are some pom-pom makers that I found, and these work really well to make them if you want to make a whole bunch of them a whole lot faster. These work well for that. So I got a couple packets of these on clearance a while back, and I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to do a giveaway on these, so be watching for that for the details down below. But there is a giveaway, and there's also a link up above where you can purchase these on Amazon. So this is what we're going to be using to get started, and they seem like there's a lot of little working pieces to this when you get started, but they're actually quite simple. So I'm going to move all of these out of the way, and we'll come back to this after we wrap a couple of these cotton balls, or these pom-poms. Okay, so this is how it comes in the package, like this, all put together, and then this comes apart like that. So there's a pin in it, and if you can see, that comes apart and those go together like that. And so you'll just pull, there's a couple little tabs here, you just pull those open on both sides, and then you'll go ahead and pick your yarn out. I got this yarn that was lots of different colors. It had that really pretty brown color in it and the nice pinks and the whites, so I thought it would be adorable in a little girl's room, but I think it actually goes really well with the white decor also. So that's kind of why I picked this coloring. And then what you'll do with these is just go ahead and wrap your string. Just get it started and wrap it around the inside here. So if you can see, there's a couple little ledges or lips right here on each end. Just keep it inside that and keep wrapping all the way around, keeping both of those pieces together. And you'll just wrap it till it's kind of a fold across the bottom. You see where it's a nice flat edge across the bottom. You can overfill it if you want them to be a little bit bigger. You can underfill it if you want them to be a little bit smaller. So then once you get that done, you just go ahead and close that end and cut that piece off. And then you'll come to this side with these two and go ahead and do the same thing with that. Again, just keep wrapping it around. You can tuck that first piece in, you can leave it hang out, whatever's easiest so it's not in your way. Once you get the pom-pom cut apart, it won't really matter too much because that string you can either cut shorter or you won't notice it if it's too short. It'll just kind of tuck down and beside. So there again, you can see you kind of just wrap it so it's either a little bit wider than or about flat with that, and then you go ahead and close that up. And again, cut that off. And then you come in here on both of these ends, and you want to pick scissors that are kind of sharp on the end. I have different scissors for cutting out cardboard and stuff like that, so these work well for stuff like this, and I try to keep those scissors sharp. So these are just a sharper pair of scissors, and you just go in along this edge and go ahead and cut that yarn all the way apart there. Now you can see that is all open across both of those edges, and then you'll just cut another piece of string and push that through that middle and come around, and then I'll just go ahead and tie it in a knot. I didn't follow any instructions, so if there's actually a better way to do this, you guys will have to let me know in the comments below, but this is just how I taught myself, and it seemed to work okay today. So once you get that tied in a nice tight knot, I went ahead and, if you want to hang these pom-poms and you want to hang them on something, then go ahead and make that string longer and leave that hang there so that can just be part of your pom-pom. And then what you'll do, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off because on these we don't want that extra string. So then go ahead and just open that back up again on this side and open it up on this side, like that, and then you'll pull it apart in the center so your pin comes apart, and there's your pom-pom. And that's all there is to it. And then as you can see on the ends, you'll have this excess or it's a little bit longer. Just go ahead and trim that up until it's a nice round pom-pom all the way around. Fluff it up a little bit, and there we go. And that is all there is to it. We're gonna make a rainbow, so if you guys find different colors of strings and stuff too, you could do red, yellow, orange, green, blue, and then we can put together a rainbow with it, or tons of ideas. If you want to do some pom-pom garland, you can do all sorts of different stuff with this. But so there is how we make the pom-poms, and this is a bigger one, and then there's also a smaller version of that if you want to make smaller pom-poms. So we went ahead and made a stack of these earlier today. Let me get this excess stuff out of the way. This yarn is beautiful and I love the finished look of it, but it's definitely messy to work with. There's lots of little pieces that fall all over, so if you have a workspace that you can clean up easily when you're done, that works out pretty well. Okay, so I went ahead and just took a piece of cereal box. That's all this is. It's just a piece of cereal box, and I kind of made it in the shape of a cloud. I thought that was kind of a nice shape. Play around with it, mess with it, kind of set your pom-poms around on it and kind of see where you like them. It won't be exact because as you start hot gluing these on here, you're going to be pushing them in closer to each other to kind of bunch it up. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and just start on one outside corner of this. So we have our pom-poms all nice different sizes, and we're just going to go ahead and get our hot glue gun. Put a pretty good amount of hot glue on there because you'll want to stick the pom-poms down nice and tight and make sure that they hold not just one or two strings, but a pretty good amount of it, and then push down nice and tight on there. So that's how we're going to go ahead and put these on all the way around. And if you want, you can kind of lay them out, or you can and see how it looks, or you can just kind of do it as I'm doing it and just go along and add one at a time. Hope you guys are all doing well. I know there's so much going on right now. I'm gonna try to get back on here pretty consistently for you guys and show up with crafts that can be done with older kids and younger kids. My son has some fun science kind of stuff he's gonna be teaching us as well on this break. So if there's any way that I can help you guys or get some resources to you guys or give you some different ideas, you know, if you've got different age kids that you're looking for some crafts for, let me know. Or the biggest thing right now is so we don't have to go out and get supplies. My goal is to kind of teach you guys some different ways to use the things you've already got around your house and be making things. So if you guys have some stacks, you know, piles in your craft room that you're just not sure what to do with stuff, but you want to be able to do stuff with the kids, or you know, just have a little bit of craft time, give me a holler. Shoot me a DM, a private message. Just let me know, because I'd love to be able to help you guys use up the stuff that you already have in your house and still be able to craft and make beautiful things, but not have to go out and buy anything right now. So this pom-pom maker, I mean, you know, I told you about that, and I am putting the link here if you want to purchase something like that online, but I'm going to actually show you guys here. I'll stop after this one, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how you can make one of these without having a fancy pom-pom maker. You can make these just the same on your own. So go ahead and just take your string and just wrap it around a few fingers. Just keep wrapping it till you get it, ran out of string here, till you get it a little bit thicker. And then you can pull that off, cut that, and then we'll cut another piece of string that you can wrap around. You can see there's an end, like your one end is here and your one end is here. Go ahead and tie your string right in the center of that, because then you'll come back and just cut all those ends open. It uses a little bit more string to do it this way, but you know, if you've got a lot of string laying around, this is an easy thing to do. You guys can make pom-poms with twine. If you've got some t-shirt material that you can cut up and make some t-shirt yarn. I've done that in a couple of videos before. If you check those out, you can take some old t-shirts and make some yarn out of that and do some yarn or some t-shirt yarn pom-poms. But so then we're just going in, and anywhere where there's a loop on the end, go ahead and just cut that open. Missed a couple right there. And then just come back in and cut it. This is why I say there's a little bit more waste with doing this, because you're cutting more of it off until you get it the same length. But if you picked something really small that you could wrap it around and then cut each end off while it's wrapped around that and then tie it, you'll probably waste a little bit less than I did with my finger just because I was kind of sloppy with it. But so as you can see, that works just as well to make a pom-pom. So you don't have to have anything fancy to do this, guys. Don't let that hinder you. Just get stuff out of the craft closet and get creative and start playing with the things you have. And I mean, as you can see, as long as you've got a little bit of string or yarn laying around and an old cereal box or any kind of, you can use any cardboard or cardstock or anything you've got. So just keep gluing these pom-poms on there. All the way around. And then I did add the little string at the bottom just to kind of look like a rain cloud. I like some of the string art that people are making now. I think it's really pretty when people take even some white strings and they'll dye it, and then that you'll see, you know, if you have nice white string hanging here and then it's dyed different colors, different variants of colors with that ombre effect on the bottom, I think that's really pretty. But just don't be afraid to find the things that you have laying around. Find a space in your home where you need something. You know, if you've got a shelf space that's open or a wall where you just kind of need something to put there, pick things that are those colors and that are those textures that you want to use in those spaces, and then just get creative. Hot glue. Always hot glue. It works wonders. So then we'll just keep putting these all the way around. As you can tell, I really wasn't too particular on where I placed them at all. Just keep it going. As you can see, just kind of keep working your way all the way around until you get a nice puffy cloud. And then you could put this on something if you wanted to, if you had an old piece of rustic wood and you wanted to put it onto that, or you could just add a hanger right to the cardboard and hang it right on the wall. I'll show you guys quick with the string how to do these string hangy downs so you know how to do that. I just took a piece of wood because I had a 2x4 laying around. If you find some old books, you could use a book, you could use just anything that's longer that you can wrap the string around. So what you're going to do is just go ahead and wrap your string around something that's about the length of how long you want it to fall. So however long you want that string to hang down from your cloud, that's how long you're going to find something to wrap around. And then go ahead and just wrap as many times as you want or as much as you want to get. Don't worry too much about that, because if you don't have enough, just add more when you're done. Just wrap a few more. And as you can see, I cut it off on one end, and then I'm going to come down to this end and cut it off on this end as well. We'll lift it up and cut it this way so I don't wreck my scissors. There we go. Just like that. And so we've got all of our string to hang down off the bottom of our rain cloud. So then you come back in and use probably 3 at a time. That's a pretty good amount to get started with. And just kind of lay them beside each other, 3 beside each other like that. If you just want to do 2 at a time, or if you even just want to do 1 at a time, that works too. But just come across where the bottom of your rain cloud would be and lay your string right across that hot glue. Be careful not to burn yourself. If you've got little kids that you're doing this with, you'll just want to do it with a low temp glue gun so they don't get burned as well. And then just go ahead and work your way across the bottom. You can have a little bit more gap if you want to, or you can put them closer together, or even layer them if you even want them to be thicker than that yet. That string's still attached. There we go. So go ahead and just work that all the way across the bottom of your rain cloud. And then when you get it all done, you can decide how long you want them and just cut it off to the length, and there you have it. Add a couple more cotton balls or puff balls. They're pom-poms. I keep calling them cotton balls, but you could use cotton balls. Actually, cotton balls would be something that probably a lot of you have laying around, and that would be something easy that you could make one of these with, and a good idea actually to keep it white and not have all the color variants in it. But so that is all there is to it. Add the rest of the strings all the way across the bottom, and there you have a little rain cloud. I thought that was kind of cute and a fun, easy, simple project. Another thing you can do with these pom-poms is if you have an old piece of wood and you want to make the smaller pom-poms, I have a lot of the bigger ones left, but if you want to do smaller pom-poms and kind of do like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and do rainbow colors and then glue those onto